I like the idea of contributions being completely open. Some of the campaign finance that has happened in this country that was supposed to clean things up, McCain-Feingold should be called the Incumbent Protection Act.
That's right.
You know, the approval rating of Congress is around 20%. Usually it's lower than that now. And yet incumbents get reelected at a rate of over 90%. So I'm fine with allowing anyone to donate money as long as it's open, it's public. And I think it also needs to be open and public. In the case Congressman Bozeman mentioned some of the committees he served on. Well, if he gets money from an organization that is related to a committee that he serves on, we should be aware of that. If they're meeting with him in his office, we should be aware of that. If there's a reason for it, we should be able to explain to our constituents why that took place. And I think they're pretty good judges of whether or not that's appropriate.
All right, thank you. Mr. Coleman, if you're elected as a United States Senator, what do you hope the people of Arkansas will remember you for doing?
Well, I appreciate that question, and I will tell you one of the reasons I'm running is because I'm convinced that we are in danger of being the first generation of Americans who fail to leave their children with the hope of a better future. And I don't want to be a member of that generation. I've got 3 kids and 7 grandkids that don't have the ghost of a chance of growing up with the same liberties I had when I was a child, folks. And I'm simply not willing to leave this mess to them without a fight. And secondly, I want to tell you, we've got too many folks in Congress who are making the rules who've never played the game. They've never made a payroll, they've never provided health insurance for their employees, they've never had to operate a company and make a profit, they've never had to create jobs. And if there's anything I want Arkansas to remember me for, is that I worked till I dropped to leave your children and my children a better country and the hope of a better future.
Alexander.
I would like for people to say about me that he defended the Constitution of the United States, that he helped roll back some of the laws and some of the programs that have been established that are not even constitutional. I also hope that people will say he was an honest and true representative of the people that he was supposed to be representing. If we're elected to a position like that, obviously people think we have some abilities. But we shouldn't confuse that to mean that we're supposed to do all the thinking for our constituents. When a majority of our constituents tell us they're opposed to health care, they're opposed to TARP, or whatever, unless what they're asking us to do is illegal, immoral, or unconstitutional, we should be following their direction. The other thing that happens is we need to slow down these bills, so if we feel like we have some information that we need to share with our constituents, there's time to do that and process it so that they understand what we think they're missing. But in the end, we need to represent the people that sent us there.
All right, Senator Baker.
I'd like to be remembered as somebody with a laser focus, drilled into that deficit, and constantly made the point that if the Arkansas state government can have a balanced budget, D.C. should have a balanced budget. And we have to deal with that just debilitating deficit that is just piling up and piling up. And the way we do that is with a strict balanced budget amendment. If it takes 12 years to do it, it'll take 12 years to do it. But we have to get that in place, and then we have to say no, absolutely no, to bailouts and this massive deficit spending. And that's what I want to be remembered for.
I know people that say that I was trustworthy, that I do what I say I would do. I went to Washington, D.C. as an 18-year-old high school senior and was so disappointed because we had a congressman that represented Arkansas that stood in front of a bunch of high school seniors and proudly said that he could not be bought, but he could be rented. I was humiliated as a high school senior. I'd hope that people would say about me that I'm trustworthy, that I can't be bought or rented, we've demonstrated that in this race. We've been ethical in all of our dealings, and I'd hope that people will see that and see that I'm genuine, that I'm trustworthy, and that I want to go up there and represent the working people of Arkansas and to be able to be their voice on Capitol Hill. Thank you.